Hello, good morning, welcome to the channel. It's raining today, so corn exchange is cancelled. So, I find this very difficult getting into this, but it's a shit day. So today, we're going to carry on with this painting. I've already prepared the canvas. Hello. So that's nice and smooth, isn't it? Wow. So we've got to get that on there and paint, pretty much. There's some differences, but never mind. So let's get on with it. So here we are in the studio, trying to get organised. This is a tip. Everything about me is a tip. Got the junk everywhere. Maybe it's just that I'm that type of person that, oh, that's not many excuses, it's just a lazy git, that's all. Right, so I have some props. So I've set up this fucking seat. I can't get it to go back. I can't get it to go up. Right, so I think this is quite a cosy arrangement here, right here. If we just work like that, that would probably work. So basically, we're turning that into a painting. So I'm sitting here wondering, should I just would it be even more abstracted if I'd actually, see what my intention is to get that mini on here and then do a painting of it again down there. So the number plate's important. I suppose I'm just sharing my thoughts with you, you know. The number plate should be about there somewhere. And the clock. So it's just getting why don't we just pencil out the dynamics of it and then just paint it? And it's going to be brilliant, isn't it? I mean, it's pretty much, I think I've decided that one is pretty much, I mean, I'll maybe twist that no entry sign around a little bit, make it a bit, so it's kind of like a sort of Salvador Dali type, is that what it is? Sort of weird painting. I think that's what I see happening. But I have a feeling that the mini should be accurate, you know, like as best as possible, and the rest of it should be dreamy like, or strange, all the components of the image. So how's that going to work? So that's just got our mini. That was the one that I used. I'd rather if it was more orange, which is why I made it more orange. I don't. Yeah, the actual original one was probably that. I think it was that colour, the one that actually crashed. I think orange is probably because it's a bit more bright. That's all. So so I'm going to decide, and we're going to make that orange. It makes it a more dramatic painting, but it is a combination of these colours. But that's the image that suits me for that, and that's the one that I used. I can actually do, I'm sort of getting comfortable here. It's difficult. I've discovered there's a leak here as well. Doesn't look like it's coming from the roof. It looks like it's leaking in at the bottom of the window, which could be fixed quite easily, I suppose. Right, never mind that. Right, so I'm looking at doing I've never done this before, which is putting a border on a painting. What do you think? You know, so I need tape. Why can I not do that? And that would have that. So it's replicating that. So there's going to be a border right there, along there. Quite a big border maybe. Maybe about there. And then we can have all the elements that that's got in a painting. We're not going to be able to cut out like what I did there because I used a bit of cutting and everything. That was all cut out. Not going to be able to do that on canvas because it will destroy the only thing you could do with that is overlay. So it is a painting. Let's not use track, it's a painting. I think that's quite a good idea. I'm just trying to think, why would that not work? Would the tape pull some of the paint off and I pull it back off? Well, even if it does, we can just, yeah, well, it might. Let's think about it. So I've never actually done a painting in that manner. It's what art's like, isn't it? You just sort of do. It's like a development. So I've just tried that one there. You know, I don't think that's going to damage it at all. What I found when I was doing the car, this tape here is 3M tape. It was a nightmare to get off. But it'd been on for like 2 months. So I'm actually starting to think that I'm getting quite arrogant here. I need to get on with this. So this is what I'm looking at here. Does it have to be precise? I mean, is this a new? Well, I was supposed to be videoing there and then I switched it off by mistake. What I've done is, so we're keeping it. I was wondering how far in to go with it, and I thought, well, I can measure it and keep it all the same. And then I thought, well, I'll just do the width of the tape. You know, I think this is quite a good idea actually. If there's any painters on there, I'm going to be putting all these videos on as shorts. Not as shorts. I'm going to be putting them on as videos. Then I'll piece it all together at the end. Well, I tried. The thing with the paint, when I painted the roof of the Citroen, God, I mean I could do that, but it'd be probably the most boring video ever because it took ages to do the Citroen, and if I pieced them all together, I mean that was supposed to be fun, you know. So, and it is fun. And it's important. And I know technology's taken over and all the rest of it. I mean, look at the amount of time I spend doing videos. I never thought I was going to do videos. And so basically what would be better doing is ensuring that the paint from here doesn't go on there. So I'll make sure. In fact, we'll tape it all round. Right around the whole thing. Come on. It's like everything else. I mean, I got up this morning and you know, the computer wasn't working. The internet wasn't working. So I spent like ages. Normally about this time I like going out for a walk. And the reason I didn't was that I need to get on with this painting. I've been trying to do it for a while. I'm not doing enough, and I'm really glad that the guy that's wanting me to do this has encouraged me to do it. And he's sort of like, if it wasn't for him, this might not exist. So that's a positive way of looking at it, and I really do appreciate his that he believes in me. Is really what it's about. So so maybe that everybody needs that little bit of encouragement, and it's just sort of you just went fucking delete that look. Try not to damage the. That's alright, but it's the thing with canvas. But at the same time, I kind of like my stuff to be rough and ready, so to speak. That's where the energy. So right, art. I mean, I was looking at paintings. Some artists that died. St. Cyrus church were selling paintings of this guy, and it's never good. I mean, you can critique in a nice way, but there was no energy in them, and that's the reason for that is there was no. You know, it's all subjective, but you need to capture the energy, and I seem to be able to do that. So how do you think that's going to work? So that's quite a big border. I don't know. I've never done it like this before. I've never done a painting like this before. Yeah, so it's a new one for me. So we need to get that number plate exactly. The key elements: the number plate, the clock, and the Western Arms. And then all other bits. Maybe paint's not the ideal medium for this, but so we'll stick with that colour. Is it damask red or something? I don't know what it is. Now let's go and find out a way of getting this number plate into position. I mean, I wasn't going to like video all this, but I think it is sort of, you're kind of joining me in my journey here, aren't you? So I'm thinking, well, clock, you know, so it gives it a kind of abstract feel if things are just not quite real, you know, like, so then the clock, I mean, it should really be at an angle, but why, who cares, you know, why can't you just put it there? So I'm going to be careful what I do here, because I can waste a lot of time if I get this wrong, you know. So the dynamic of the mini has to be right. Yeah, I don't want to go away. But the thing with the paint is you can shift things around because it's overlaying. It's an overlaying process. So you've also got that there. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. Sorry. Would it help if I did that? This thing that I use is a bit past it. The little arm thing doesn't. It doesn't stay. So basically, you've got that up there and that. So you've two circles and the number plate and the mini. So fuck off, bastard, I think. Right, that's not going to work. Two circles, that and that. Sometimes when I'm talking to people, like when I went to that art thing, some people are just not getting me, you know, or they're looking puzzled. So that circle would be there, and that one would be there, you know, the no entry. So let's do. What's got to be bigger? Would the no entry sign be bigger than the clock? That's the thing about that guy's paintings. I'm not even saying what his name is, but he's dead now. But they're selling his paintings, and they were all proficient, but I couldn't see any sense of depth. So that's like where. So this was supposed to be a sort of a representational painting of a church, you know, and. So this is a very weird topic because you can't offend people and you can't, and of course in this modern sort of woke world, so you can't really say anything about anyone, you know. So we've got all the trees there at the side, and that thing's the base of the clock, so it'll be there. So we need to remember there's that clock face there, so we're going to. It's just getting everything to fit in, you know. That's what we're doing. So now because I've started holding this, right. So do we do the inside of that or the outside? I think we should do the outside because the clock is a major part of the. It's a major part of the whole. Story. What am I doing here? I'm doing a story, right? It's a story about humanity. So the clock, I mean, you could make the... Let's make the no entry sign smaller than the clock. So it doesn't need to be... But it's an important part of the element of the whole thing. Or should we make it the same size? The mini wing is going in front of it there. Already I'm seeing a bit of a problem here that yeah, so so I'm getting quite a lot of the drawing done, but I'm starting to really sort of think this is more, it's just, what I'm actually doing is more than just a painting. It's, you know, it's yeah, it's more than just doing a painting of a mini. So basically what I need to do now is get that, I'm thinking about going for my breakfast actually, because I want to get that mini there. I was starting to draw it out from there, so I've been drawing everything from that painting, which is obviously abstracted from reality. So because it can be abstracted, and I think I'd like to get the mini. So the problems with the drawings I'm fine, like the mistakes, so I went over too far, I thought, well, I'm running out of space. That's fine, the paint can go over all that, you see, that's the whole beauty of it. The same with pastels. There is a point in pastels where you get beyond the point of no return though, and it's just too much pastel on it. Paint doesn't. Paint, all you've got is time. And you just keep layering and layering and layering until you know, oil paint for me, I find that, you know, really difficult. Well, it's not difficult, it just takes a long time. You're talking months of devoting your time to the oil painting. Right, so that'll do. I'm going for lunch. No, breakfast actually. Yeah.